OBS. Oh, there we go. That's better. There we are.
Title.
Title indeed. Hello. People watching the VOD. Oh, I'm here, don't worry. Did I leave the reverb on? Might have done that. Ah, professional. Nope, that's not on. It is now! Now it's off. Hi. How are we? We're good, yeah, I turned it down to record stuff before and I forgot to turn it back up to the usual position. It might actually be too loud now. Let me turn it down again. Oh no. Anti-fashional. As ever. Hi, how are we doing? Are we well? Quick shout out as usual to Adrian von Ziegler for the lovely music. And I am grateful. How is everybody on this, I was going to say fine Tuesday. It's perfectly acceptable. Actually, is the microphone... everything's different. If I just turn it... This might make noises, sorry. Oh, no, noises. That might be... There we go. Hi, Kiro! Apart from the fact that you set yourself up for a large project over a song, you're fine. I take no responsibility for this. Whatever. So, yes. It's not my fault. It's not my fault at all. The one time I recommend a song to somebody and they actually like it, I get blamed for it. Honestly. Right. Yeah. So welcome back to 16 Symbols. Spring semester is done. Time for strims. Yeah. Marvellous. Well-deserved break. Thus my fault. It's fine. Cannot stay long because you need to help someone in a bit, but hello, hope everything goes well. I hope you have a great time helping people. And also looking after yourself. Yeah, I'm watching you. So yes. Sounds like it's my fault. Look, I make no further comment. But yes. So my throat's a little bit weird today. My apologies. But I'll try and chug through. Chug? Is that the right word? I mean, I have a drink. But not entirely sure that's what I meant. So yes, we're back to 16 Symbols. And if I click that, there we are. This is not a whole animatic. Well... yeah, that's a plus. So we're back in 16 Symbols. Quick recap of what happened last time. After the peculiar case of the disappearing factory, we climbed a tree, or Jethro climbed a tree in particular, and the rest of the characters followed, because Jethro remarked, or indicated mutely, that there are birds nearby that like to collect shiny things and put them in their nests, so we thought we'd better check that out. You say that as though you haven't thought about it. I know you've thought about it. But the Temple of the Many-Legged Tempter. The Tempter Temple. Temptle. Temptation. There's Kiro being that. Kiro, once again, not doing a fantastic job as the angel on the shoulder to Dark's Devil. You need to finish your Turks animatic, and very well it's going to. Once a spy, always a spy. So we climbed a tree. Up the tree, we found Boyd dragons. A big old crow dragon, and also a Dridgeon, which I am quite fond of because it's a stupid face on a big scary thing. I can't remember if we did find... Did we find the thing we were looking for? Oh yeah, we did find the thing we were looking for. We found the MacGuffin. We found the bit of the train. Hooray! But it's going to take a while to fix. So, having done that, and handed over the piece, like this, standing on a little totem pole of characters next to a set of stairs, we decide to seek shelter because there's now the remnants of a village sleeping in the train. So we need to find somewhere else to seek shelter for the night, and we come across this strange cavern with weird statues and all these sorts of things. It's now raining, by the way. It's so dumb and fat. It is. The one who goes Snip, the Great Enabler, Not Kiro, and many other titles. So yeah. And that's basically where we got. We have, apparently, I confess not to remembering this, but we're already in the cave. We have discovered some mystical mumbo jumbo and character development, and I do not remember what those were. I know the mystical mumbo jumbo has something to do with the shrimp god, because this is apparently a place where the shrimp god is worshipped. Rain is nice. It is nice, but not to sleep in. Don't think we established what those were. Okay, that was homework. Great. Fantastic. My brain isn't collapsing in on itself as fast as I thought. So. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely a cave in. It's just slower than previously envisaged. So what are we doing in this cave? What is here? Something mystical? Some inexplicable event happening out of nowhere? And our characters need to learn something about themselves in the process. I imagine this is a Mo thing, but it might not be. I don't know. You're blanking on anything other than Shrimp God Shrine. That's what the Shrimp God does to you. It makes you unable to think of anything but the Shrimp God. Or temple. Oh, Chibi, rather, did do a little layout of Shrimp God Temple. I like the asterisks. Access only by the initiated. Neat. I don't know if this is that temple, or we're gonna go there some other time, as we already have a temple to the hippo goddess. I think we discussed Mo remembering something and Brad being like, hey, maybe this isn't normal, but you're not sure. I seem to remember that was... Oh no, we had something like that with the goop, didn't we? Maybe we did do that, yeah. I should probably... So this is why I write the recaps. So that people can go, oh, what did we do last time? And then look on the website and go, oh, that's what we did last time. But guess what I didn't do last week? And now that's coming, I'm kicking myself retrospectively, which is an interesting proposition. The one thing we bounced around was Mo has a knowledge moment and suddenly sees the old shrimp versus hippo fight and everyone is confused. Oh. Don't think it's this temple, but it's a temple. Fantastic. Mo is a shrimp god. What a twist. Also, hi, miss. Can we get an also hi, miss emote? Or just also hi, I think. That'd be... Also hi to go with so yeah. I was editing a video that I'm working on at the moment, and I say so yeah so many times. But only half the amount of times I say which is something I'm trying to focus on now. I'm happier to leave pauses rather than just say constantly. So yeah. Waves from Yoga Man. Waves to Yoga Man. And also the person on it. So, what's happening here? Are we seeing like some sort of bas reliefs which contain inexplicable symbols, but Mo's like, I know what this means, but quite how does this lead to development? I don't know. There was talk of Brad saying they don't teach you about yeast gods in Baker School. I forgot about that. I can't remember the context of it, but I forgot about it, and I appreciate you reminding me. I saw a giant hippo thing fighting a giant shrimp thing that for some reason had boobs. Did it have boobs? What? You're adding these things just to make me draw stuff. And I disagree. This is going to be another cat lady from the Forest of Doom. Thank you for reminding me of that, miss. Albeit with very nice art. You're most welcome. I'm mostly welcome. But also partly tainted. Shrimp God is temptation and boobs are temptation. I mean, boobs are primarily for feeding, aren't they? They're for nursing the young. If anything, the hippo should have that. Could have a shirt with 420 on it if you want. Can I? This probably is not the best arena to ask this question, but why 420? I don't know what that means. Like, I know its application, but I don't know why that number. I think the context was Brad being like, "Why do you know about the ancient hippo god of healing?" I don't think they teach that at a nurse school. They don't teach us about yeast gods in Baker School. Okay, fair enough. Context with Brad being the voice of reason to most sudden knowledge of gods that they haven't heard of. Okay, so we're going with the idea that... Are we going with the idea that these gods haven't been heard of? It was a legislation or something to legalize weed in the States, you think? Oh, okay. It just seemed odd. Like, you know, the two numbers that like to float around the internet are 69, which I understand, and 420. I was like, why 420? Just an unusual choice. Right. Okay, well, I'm going to draw them walking past some reliefs with Mo getting too excited about them. Also, I'm trying a slightly new drawing setup, so I'm obviously going to be very awkward. I think at least not commonly known, like maybe someone at the university knows about them, but like not everyone. I mean, there are shrines to them. I mean, maybe we don't know that they're a hippo and a shrimp god. Maybe we know that there is like a god of healing and a god of hedonism, but we don't really know anything more than that. Like the information, those specifics got lost to the ages and they just became sort of general things worshipped. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me get a colour by turning everything on at once. And then look at an intersection point where there will be a lot of darkness, and then I'll use that as my colour. Cool. So yeah, was everybody's week gotten off to a good start? Inexplicable fire is always a good one to have in a cave. Oh no, we were having the light potion. How do you draw a bas relief? 420 was a time bunch of teens always smoked up, and it just became a ritual that spread. Like 20 past 4 in the afternoon, I guess, or possibly in the morning. I don't know. I think at least not commonly. I completely missed that somehow. Do you like the idea that the specifics of these gods have warped a lot in general knowledge? I imagine it was a while ago, whatever the big cosmic argument was. Oh, the hippo being a water horse, but I forgot about that. I like that. I like introducing an idea of religion, sort of knowledge being sort of forgotten and changed over time, as, you know, humans are imperfect. We don't necessarily pass on all the things as precisely as we would like. Okay, so this perspective is a little off. Don't worry about it. Looking a bit muppety there. So yeah, time for a draw. So okay, we're going with this idea of Mo's sort of second big inexplicable info dump. being sort of driven by this relief on the wall or what have you. Flo's like, what's going on with you? Which is a very good question. I certainly don't know the answer. So what's on this relief, I guess? I think I sort of shoehorned the idea of there being a relief here. I don't think anyone else mentioned that. I just made it up and now it's in the thing. Honestly, who knows what's going on with the bone? We're still figuring it out. That is a good point. Literally nobody knows what's going on. It's not like a pre-written TV show that's being revealed over weeks. It's happening as it goes. No, that's not how you hold that. Relief is good for info dumping. It's a JRPG, nobody knows what's going on. At the very least, there's probably a weird scribbly creature on the relief that's supposed to be Shrimp God, but nobody can tell. And looks emo. I was thinking that, yeah. I guess an emo is just a wet anime protagonist. There's a quote for you. Bet you didn't think you'd be hearing that today. I certainly didn't think I'd be saying it. Brad, be big. This is why you don't draw zoomed in. Coming out of luck to judge what you just said. Is that not always why you come out of luck? I approve. It's a good reason to come out of luck. No, I don't know what's going on with this arm. Don't worry about it. I wonder whether the concept of familiars will come to be used in the story somehow. Beyond just, hey, it's a nice thing. It's a Christy, hello. You're in. Christy's in. Well, I hope your hacking involved non-violent shenanigans. Aha. We all have one joke, it's fine. Involved the same amount of non-violence as invisible ink, and for that I can only apologise. You missed much, had iPad and Twitch problems. Not really, this is all I've done so far, so... How are you today? You doing good? Get some. And then there was an energy ball, and it went whoom, and the hippo. How do you draw a hippo? Flo is bigger than Loaf in this picture, and frankly, that's hilarious. Loaf is tiny. Should have called him Bun. This is hippo. How do you draw a hippo? That's a slowpoke. Alright, they have sort of raised eyes. Like a frog. Let's try and make this like a sort of cave painting sort of thing, so it's going to be sort of side on. How do you draw a hippo from the side? Like as an outline. How? Why did we choose hippo? Doing quite good today, yeah. Again, Botox again tomorrow and happy and nervous. Hopefully it can alleviate discomfort. That is indeed the aim. My excuse is that the people who made this relief were bad. And there's another one as well, because this is a fight. This is a fight between cosmic entities. Some sort of thing going on here. And between it was a small planet with 3 moons. I've now decided this world has 3 moons. Or maybe it has 2, and they're like, where did the 3rd one go? It hatched into a dragon. No one said the followers of the shrimp god were good at art. True. Also, they wouldn't put an awful lot of time into trying to get the hippo god right. Because they favour the shrimp god. The shrimp god is the best. That's not going to work. Well then. I thought the shrimp was supposed to be the hedonism one. Also tentacles. Always need good pile of tentacles on an eldritch god. I think there are other small stone tablets. I imagine in this, considering this to be a game, there'd be like a puzzle involved in pressing stone tablets and doors opening and all that MacGuffin stuff. McStuffin. What? Suddenly McDonald's start doing roast dinners and having McStuffing. What defines a good pile of tentacles? Well, you start with a pile of tentacles, and you're done. Incredibly vicious claws. Reading up on mantis shrimps. Well, I did the claws. They're down here. Can't really see them. I tried to do it vaguely to indicate the signs of wear. This is an indication of things to come. They're the ones that literally Hadouken. I didn't know how to express power of an attack of some description. Yeah, whatever. So, okay, so Mo is what, espousing expository dialogue with regards to explaining what's on this bas relief. This is indicative of an ancient battle between a giant cosmic shrimp and a hippo. And she gets literal flashes of it. She can actually see it. Because I guess all the knowledge that she's accumulated or that she has acquired from Grandma Bonk has been external. It's been, oh, you can use this to heal this. You can. It's about stuff in the world. But I guess this is the first bit of information about Grandma Bonk that she's learning vicariously, and as a consequence, that makes a connection with Grandma Bonk's own memories, and so she gets a bit of a flash of that. Mantis shrimps have a club claw that hits so fast it creates shockwaves in the water, or a spear claw to skewer prey. I know there's little prawn shrimps which clack their claws so hard that they break the sound barrier, and it can deafen submarine radar or sonar operators. Not radar. If you're deafening somebody with a radar, you're using it wrong. Shockwaves that sound like a gunshot, apparently. Well, if you break the sound barrier, there's going to be a sound. It goes faster than the speed of sound, then the sound is going to be unhappy that you left it behind, and it's going to go pop. That's the scientific explanation. Okay, so...
Pop.
Pop. What's... Oh. Sorry, the internet's weird. You're looking at pictures of hippos and people saying, I think we should have a hippo named Hypo. And you're like, why? I don't know the context of this, it's fine. So, this is what's happening, I guess? Bas relief, bit of history about these weird ancient gods. Could have said that with a bit more gusto, yeah. Trying not to mention Robert so that you don't pay money again. Yes.
Pop.
Nope, no change. Hazel is a capital blind. Uppercase blind. Upper, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. They're all the same to her. You're lucky she didn't say P-O-P. So, okay. Meanwhile, Gill and Jethro are confused. I guess maybe they're off searching a different part of the cave or something. Maybe there's a little sequence of, you know, them getting trapped and they've got to fight a thing to get out or whatever. Suddenly snakes. They fall into a snake pit. And it's like, aha, they've been caught in this trap that the people who set up this cave set up. But it's Jethro and Gill. And Gill is completely nonplussed by this whole situation. Being a mushroom, venom doesn't do an awful lot. And Jethro quite likes snakes because they spend all their time in the field and they get to know all the grass snakes. Everyone's confused, but Gill and Jethro are definitely confused. I do like the idea of them being a... Jethro's excitedly showing Gill the snakes. I want to draw that now. He's like, I hope they get this train up and running soon. I have so many messages to deliver, and here I am, in a snake pit. Jethro is doing this with a very similar enthusiasm to how Mo is talking about the bas reliefs, only Jethro can't speak. Which is something that Gill is thankful for. They both wear sandals, so they got that going for them. New friend, look at snakes. They have little cat mouths, so cute. They were very angry for a while, but who wouldn't be after being in a pit for so long? Considering Jethro is citing all this, Gill doesn't understand what they're saying, even though they're trying to. They are in a pit, though, which is a little bit problematic. Jethro is very excited that they're sandal buddies. I do like that Jethro and Gill appear to be sort of opposites of the not quite human spectrum. Gill is sort of stoic and unyielding, and Jethro is just very excitable. I imagine, like, I feel like a lot of what Jethro sort of learned from humans, they've learned from kids playing in the fields. So they're sort of a bit childlike. Sandal Buddy's not sure if it's cute or not. It's cute. As long as it's Jethro, it's cute. They're both very tall, you're sure they can get out. Yeah, I guess Jethro is quite tall. They're probably the same height as Gill, so yeah, they must be quite tall. Poor Mo, right? By far the smallest character. This is why we should have kept Stoker. So that Mo had a friend the same height. Well, there we go. We have a pit. Everyone can throw around with ease. It's fun. I'm sure we'll never do that in the story. Mo will never have to be thrown. Now that you've mentioned it. This is the strap for the letters. The loaf is the smallest. Good point. that is true. Trying to make a joke about just stacking up skulls so they can climb upon, but brain noping right now. Same height we established Stoker is 10, and Mo's quite small. So... eventually we'll get Stoker back, in the second to last location of the game. Now, it's possible you're just saying you're not sure if that makes it better for Mo. I mean, I'm sure they're used to it. It's been true literally their entire life. So. Also, this is not... I guess for Mo, this would be a deep pit. Well, it's like half their size, so it would be deep. It's not a very good trap for these two. These are big snakes. They're pretty big. Could be bigger. You try and draw a snake and you draw a Goron from Legend of Zelda. That guy's a bit more snake-like. Next symbols. I'm hoping it's a boss. Still joking though, no fun knife holding emoji. We have this. We have that. And that's a good way of ascertaining how much lag you have on the stream. What should be character joins party? Yay, we got a snake in the party. Remember, character joining party can also count as we meet new character, so it's fine. Yeah, I guess we should work out what else is happening here now that Mo is having a slight nervous breakdown, and our friends have met some snakes. Right, next symbol, I guess. Let's see what's going on here. We have ooh. Is it? Yay, it's a random boss. We may be drawing a big snake. I promise I don't know these in advance. I seem to be having very good luck with Jethro joining the party and now Big Snake. Okay, well, Big Snake it is, unless anyone can think of anything better. Let's look up some pictures of some fun snakes. Big snake and little snakes. Varying sizes of snake. Thinking like a multi-headed snake, that's already been done. The big old bundle of snakes in Bloodborne. That's always a good time. Let's do like... Googling fun snakes. You got to make sure you turn on safe search. How do snake eyes? How do snake eyes? It's kind of the opposite, I guess. I mean, if in doubt. If in doubt and fantasy, what if more eyes? Very important, please give top hat. I guess it's tradition. Guess it's tradition. Say what you like about the shrimp worshippers. They know style. Multiple rows of teeth? Why not? Again, if in doubt, do more. I was going to do a kind of one of these again, wasn't I? Also, why not? Barbed tongue. Why indeed not? Do a kind of cobra-y thing? Also with spikes? It's a very spiky boss. And it does a move where it whips its head to the side like a kind of cutting you with a saw blade. And then there's a little snake head on the end. And on the end of their tongue is another small snake head, and it keeps going forever. What's more eldritch than fractals? What do you mean in a lot of things? Yeah, still trying to work out what to do with the rest. Again, I'm making all these bosses pretty big. Strogov was like, "Can I give this Guardian just a smidgen of Eldritch?" That would have made for, you know, slightly more interesting cartoon if Professor X accidentally added Eldritch to the concoction. Eldritch Powerpuff Girls. There we go. There's a drawing prompt for you if anyone wants to take that one up. I look forward to seeing him. Last week she was mentioned maybe having Christie's villain in the cave. Do we still want that? Is she maybe the one to release the boss on the party? Possibly. I think what else? Villain hasn't done anything, but it shouldn't be forced that she has to fit in. I always kind of saw, again, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, I saw Christie's villain as actually being sort of more on the corporate side of things than the Eldritch side of things, if that makes sense. But again, oh no, we were having that conversation about her sort of possibly trading in parts of her humanity for more powers or something to do with the limbs. I can't remember exactly where that went. Again, I should write these things down. But here I am. Is making silly doodles. You know how some animals make it look like they have big eyes by having a pattern? Yeah, this one actually just does. Trading in humanity, what is this, Dark Souls? No, it's, you know, your standard, you know, deal with the devil and that sort of thing. Classic folklore. Trading in what makes you human in exchange for power. Yeah, the perspective's all over the place. I know. The idea was for her to eventually transform into a shrimp thing. Because is it really an FF without at least one weird boss transformation? That is true. But this is also not FF. So, this is SS, I guess. I don't like that. This is 16S. Should have thought about that before naming the thing, really. But it's fine. Yeah, let's not say SS. It's SS like, you know, like the boat. The boat's SS. We're sailing on the high seas on the SS Nonsense. I'm starting to really like random boss symbol. We still haven't had plot significant boss. We've just had a random boss. But I'm starting to like that because it allows me to draw a big thing. Hello again, had to step away for a bit, but you're back. Hi, welcome to a boss. There's also, just inexplicably, Gill and Jethro in a pit of snakes. They don't mind at all. Also, Mo's having a mental breakdown over a bas relief of a shrimp and a hippo. Never mind. You have to fight the snake friend, even though literally nobody is equipped for battle. I imagine in this game there's always a non-violent option, or there's always an option that doesn't involve killing it. You just drop a stalactite on its head or something. And it goes, ow! It goes away. Nobody in this game has weapons except Kajiro and Wick. It's been established. And it is canon? Which is something that nobody also has. Also something that nobody has. There's the sentence. Many teeths. You try not to ruin something and then you ruin it. Such is life. It's fine, don't worry about it. You know for sure you want the evil nurse character to be on the Eldritch side of things and Bran and that group to be more corporate. Not sure about the others. Yeah. Make it drop its hat by making it follow you around these stalactites. And you can catch its hat. Bran and the group fall under the category hired goons. Because, you know, it's like, at the risk of comparing them to the Turks, you know, the Turks didn't have any stake in... I never know whether to use the real terminology or not for these things. In Jedova/Jessimom and Sephiroth/Jessiroth. They had no stake in that. They were just there, they were just doing their job. Business said do this, we do this. We're getting paid. Okay, here's the Anaconda. Hired goons were not paid enough to deal with Eldritch God nonsense. I imagine they keep bumping into it and they're like, nope. Not even paid enough to deal with kids, never mind Eldritch God nonsense. They were literally there to escort medicine. That's it. That's all they were hired for. The fact that Wick had a knife was just coincidental. Well, it would be coincidental were it not for the fact that Wick always has a knife. Oh, yeah, I forgot to add the thing to the thing, didn't I? Yeah. We can do that. Oh, would you look at that? It's updated automatically. Oh, so I'm clever like that. What's the next symbol? Good question. What is the last thing to happen in this place? Hopefully, something fun. No. Oh, plot? We doing plot? We... Plot. Plot is the last thing to happen in this place. So, for those of you who may have forgotten, plot could be literally anything that isn't already another symbol. So other characters could come back that we've met before, and you know, conversations can happen. We can do cutscenes off to other places. We could learn more about the world and backstory of characters. There's loads of things you can do in plot. We could be here for days. Or we could just learn one thing and leave. There's so much happening in this cave. I mean, this is kind of where we learn about the backstory of the world a bit. That's something. But we're just going to stay here for the night. I mean, nothing just happens in a JRPG. No. You stop. Thank you. Cutscene to what's happened to Stoker? Yeah, we can do that. We can cut over to Stoker, see if they're alright. Insert picture of telephone booth. If you knock the hat, you get the untouchable top hat, which gives a 20% chance anything would hit you, instead misses or backfires. Lovely. Didn't work for the snake, did it? That must be really annoying, though, in the fight, trying to get the AI to go in the right place so that it knocks off the hat. AI wrangling. Everybody's favourite part of an action game. Right. We need to discuss plot. Like I say, this is the most open symbol you can have. It could be a line of dialogue and it could be 2 hours of cutscenes. That's why you want to use the mechanic to knock off the hat to make the fight easier. I have no idea what you're talking about. We don't have a mechanic. They have been stolen and taken elsewhere. Who's this friend? This is a snake. This is a boss. What we fought in a cave. Also, hi, Oobs. How you doing? Quick recap for the sake of Oobs. We've gotten into a cave. We've seen a bas relief of a shrimp fighting a hippo. And Mo went nuts. Explaining all this weird eldritch stuff. And Brad's just like, what? Something didn't teach us about the yeast god. Gill and Jethro fell into a pit of snakes. For fun. And then we fought a snake. And now we have plot. And boy howdy, is that analysis paralysis. We have too many options. What do we do with plot? How you doing, Oobs? You having a good week? Thus far? I like the idea of us getting a cutscene to see what's happening to Stoker. At least. Yeah, fine. That's better than not fine. Hooray. The telephone booth is definitely happening. I imagine maybe we've already seen that. Because I guess at the moment it's nighttime and it's raining. Maybe that's happening in the telephone booth. That's why they're all in the booth. They're trying to stay dry. Yeah, so what would they I guess they're just trying to head straight back to, you know, Corporation HQ. They're trying to head back to HQ. They've got the medicine. Maybe their train's broken down as well? I don't know. Part of it should be Stoker, maybe a mysterious introduction to someone else in the company. True. We could have, I guess we could have Oobs' character be introduced. Maybe they're on the other side of the telephone call. And silly shenanigans, of course. You have the team of villains. There are going to be silly shenanigans. Villains. Villanigans? Villanigans. I don't know. Oh yeah, voice modulator and everything. Neat. I don't know what a fantasy voice modulator would be. Just like a cup on the microphone with like a bunch of moths in it. Or something. Introduction of Caterpillarist, I forgot that was their name. On the other side, and also like, yeah, don't worry, we already sent someone over. Cue silhouette of poisonous. Ooh, that's an idea. Introduction to poisonous, because we don't. It's not a proper introduction because we haven't, you know, we're not meeting these characters and learning about them, so we can get away with that. That's fine. Or at least there should have been one of the henchmen screwed up. Always. Maybe they're on the phone with the user character and or others, and hints about the company get dropped. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to grab that doodle. Drag it in here. Set it to multiply. Actually, set it to... I have to rasterize first. And now convert brightness to opacity. And then make it blue. There we go. Just for the sake of completeness. Maybe they're on the phone with Oobs' character and or others, and hints about the company get dropped. Grab that doodle. Bah, 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 bah. Ripping you, not making a neater version of Cat. Real sorry. It's fine. Nobody is required to do anything for this, apart from me, because I am masochistic. Yeah. So let's. I guess we should draw the other end of this conversation. Neat. Look at that. Perfect. Look at the dumb nuts. They know exactly what they're doing. It's fine. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to fix something that was always bugging me about this. There we go. Okay. So if we're going to do this all sort of... How do we frame this? I'm trying to... I can think of the close-up shot and I can think of the silhouette shot, but I'm trying to combine the two in my head. I'm having difficulty. So let's... also, I should probably get that reference for cat. For cats. As I say when I'm particularly fed up. There we are. Wonderful. Ooh, look at him being cool. The tattoos and the cigar. You haven't had a chance yet to get design ideas for Poison Dust because finals, yay. I imagine at the very least, actually pointy hat. That's my starting point, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh, for God's sake. Hang on. Yes, it is hard. to draw faces face on. It is also hard to draw faces exactly from the side. I mean, in general, it's just hard to draw faces. It's your homework for the week. Yeah. That's supposed to be the receiver. I'm not sure how phones work in this world, in this fantasy pre-post industrial world, pre-post industrial medieval world. See, this doesn't make sense. Holding it up, it's fine. I guess it could be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a traditional phone receiver, does it? Could be something on a stick. Yep. Do I have painted nails? I'm not sure. Mid-industrial, just smack dab middle in it. There's a cat on a string, pretty much. Okay, I got a vague idea now. We should probably actually make it proper size. Thumbnail sketches. So maybe a little, holding this a little more sort of. I imagine this is sort of, it's, you know, high quality woodwork. It's ergonomic. It matches the curve of the hand. Done a lot of that lately. Thumbnail sketch, making it bigger, cleaning it up, making it a better drawing. It's a good technique. I like it. I have a little technique involving drawing several thumbnails and Maybe I'll do a video about that at some point. It's a good system. It's a good system for getting you to do something when you think everything you're drawing is crap, but you have to get something done. So, it's kind of like the logo, right? I don't know, I drew it. Don't know why, but you're horrible at making thumbnails. Have tried, but like you might don't want to. That's, I mean, obviously if it's one of those things where it's like, hey, this is designed to help you, and you find that the thing that's designed to help you is difficult, then hey, it's a shame that you can't do the thing, but at the same time, you will find other things to do. Helpful, handy hints are only good if they actually work. Otherwise, you tell people like me who think that they're helping by giving you that advice, shut up. Doesn't work. And I go, oh, okay. Did you notice that at the first sentence of that statement that I was trying to make there, it sounded like I had a clear idea of what I was going to say. And by the end of it, I was just sort of gibbering. Yeah, that's because I forgot what it was I was actually going to say. Welcome to streaming, where your brain just turns to mush. Don't worry about it. So what's going on with the dress? She's got this sort of low cut sort of thing going on. She has can't actually see. Oh, there is the tattoos on the neck. Be interesting to. Curve of the dress going. Not curve, thickness, that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, it's kind of like a top. You can't see down that far anyway. I'm admiring your drawing, even if we can't see it in this drawing. It's fine. Usually don't do thumbnails except for when you're trying something new, like a more difficult pose or a difficult concept. I particularly do it if I have like a complicated scene with lots of bits and pieces. Just trying to plan the whole thing out first. At the very least to get things in the right size. Bold of you to say, do you remember when you forget what you yourself am saying mid-sentence? I mean, that's basically what happened to me. I got the gist, and that's all that matters concerning communication. Well, I'm glad you got the gist, because I didn't. She's wearing a hat. Yeah, her hair doesn't quite look how it's supposed to, and there's a good reason for that, and that good reason is I can't draw it. And dramatic tension, that too. Anyway, point being, this is happening, and then in the background. What am I doing? Hey, look at that. Just FYI, sitting at your dinner table, scribbling into your calendar with colours in your hair, dog at your feet, and just thought, this is nice. Oh. Good. Okay, let's approximate a silhouette of Poison Nurse. Apologies for presupposing your design, Ragdoll. But again, I'm imagining actually pointy hat. In contrast to Mo. Beyond that, not really a clue. Apparently we're going Morticia, apparently. Okay, that'll up at the sides. That doesn't make any sense, but don't worry about it. Pointy hat's a good place to start because contrast, yeah. The evilness of nurses is defined by the pointedness of their hat. I think the idea of the pointy hat was, of the nurses having a pointy hat is basically, hey, we're here to help. How can we make it so that people can immediately find us? Hey, if we're wearing a really pointy hat, then people can spot us in a crowd. It's fine if Ragdoll's character silhouette ends up different, you can just go back and change it. True. We can always go back and change anything that we've done, so it's fine. So in this case, I'm going to give it tentacles. Yeah, that's fine. Any idea what the familiar of the evil nurse would be? Oh, poison dart frog. Yes, of course. Frog in the hat. Let's look at interesting frogs. See if we can come up with a nice... Interesting frogs, interesting snakes. Today's interesting scaly animal day. A frog scaly? Probably not. Oh look, there's a frog and a snail. There you go, that seems thematically appropriate. Yeah, I'm imagining like one of those the spiky frogs. What are they called? Spiky frog, not spicy frog. Spiky frog. It's a frail. That is flat frog. Flog. I guess frail is better than snog. No snog work. Okay, spikes. Looks like a dragon. Oh, we're gonna get a boss fight with some sort of thing happens to the familiar and it turns into a big monster. Familiar fight. What if Cosmic Hippo and Cosmic Shrimp are familiars of even more giant cosmic things? Flo versus Dragon Frog fight? You're here for it. That's fair. Another dragon. Frog dragon. Rogan. Or Drog. I'm gonna snog you. They threatened throws frogs now. Yeah, that's not the fan fiction you expected, was it? Anyway, there's sleek, spiky frog. It kind of looks a little bit like Spyro in the silhouette. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we have the phone call. What information is conveyed in the phone call other than, hey, this has not gone to plan? I guess, don't worry, I'm sending somebody to help. Help, in inverted commas. We've accidentally kidnapped a child? Is this, you know, covered in company policy? Are we liable for this? Does this affect payment in any way? Is there anything else on this character I missed? Earrings, don't have. I forgot to do that thing. Darker lips. Nothing visible. Again, don't know what's going on the front, but they're such professionals. They just hang up. And they hang up purely by accident. They have many more questions, but they hang up and nobody has a spare coin. Apart from Lenore, but they're not handing it over. So... Okay, so we learned that. Anything else happening in this plot segment? What's happening with our characters? I assume... Okay, so they sleep for the night, I guess. That's Lenore's money. She got it herself. Exactly. They go to sleep for the night. Bear in mind, there's a good possibility that the first symbol of the next area means we're going somewhere new. So maybe this plot includes getting back on the train. And the train's now fixed and we're now moving along. So we're done with the cave. Mo is very confused with what she knows and what she doesn't know. Can we do that? I thought we were waiting for the use MacGuffin symbol. I don't know. I mean, we didn't use it, we handed it over. And then someone else used it. Is that a loophole? Can we do that? They sleep in the phone booth because they have Tetrised themselves in there so they can't get out. I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. But, you make the rules, Chris. Do I? I still want to know what's going on with that phone receiver thing. I don't know how she can hear the conversation. Don't worry about it. It's mystical, magical fantasy land. Mid-industrial, as we have ascertained. It's on speaker. It's fine, it's on speaker. Where the speaker is, we don't know. We make the rules and you say that we do that so we aren't in the forest forever. That's true. I'm looking forward to the use MacGuffin symbol turning up though. Okay. The MacGuffin is the toaster. I forgot about that. Yeah, the train part's not the MacGuffin. It was the toaster. I forgot we had a toaster. There's no rules in fun. You can't spell fun without no rules. What? That's what the N stands for. It's an acronym for FU, no rules. So back to the train. Got to get to Magma City and Mushroom Town somehow. True. So what's the sort of... So the villains are ahead. They're heading towards, I imagine, whatever city, Corporationsville, wherever that's in. Are they having trouble with their train? I guess not. Otherwise, we just catch up to them. What's stopping us from just going straight? I guess I mean, I guess there are splits in the tracks, and we don't know which way they've gone. So we're going to have to work out. We're going to have to get to the next place and ask, hey, did a train come through here? Corporationsville, but it's spelt fantasy-like. K-O-U. I don't know. P-U-R-A-Y-S-H-U-N-S-V-I-L. There you go. There was, what was I watching the other day? I was watching somebody do a randomizer of Earthbound. No, not Earthbound. What am I talking about? I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it's just a bad translation, and they wanted like, oh, this is subterranean, because it's beneath the terrain. But instead of calling it subterranean, they called it the subterrane, which I'm not sure is a word, but they also spelt it like ending in A-N-E. I was like, is this supposed to be like a new word you've come up with, or are you just spelling things wrong? Imagine we have to go to different places and be like, where do they go? Also, Gill needs to head somewhere for letter. Yeah, Gill convinces us, hey, maybe we should stop here and, you know, ask people where the train's gone. Oh, by the way, I have a lot of letters that need to be delivered there. And everyone's like, great, fantastic idea. Okay, so I guess, yeah, we get the train up and running. We're now on the tracks. We can go to different places. Do you remember when, like, the starting point for this story were the words train heist? Do you remember that? When we were accidentally going to steal a train, and now the kind of opposite's happened? We've had a train stolen from us. Jethro's like, you can speak? This entire time, Gill has said nothing. To Jethro. I like that. Okay, alright. So I guess I'm bad at drawing trains. I want to do a similar sort of thing to the Again, I said I would design an interesting fantasy train, but hey, I haven't. I like the idea of doing Archie things. Like, a lot of this is made of wood, or some sort of weird, lightweight metal-like wood. We have these big old candle holders in the front with reflectors. Let's just have his fire, doesn't have to be. Always do fire the same. Big wheels. Because why not? Right, and now, people. Have this as a nice little sort of onwards sort of thing. We have that as the horizon line. They've got their own little hatch. Metal wood. It's cheap, it's strong, you can use it for anything. The strength of metal with the aesthetic of wood. Get your own metal wood now by calling the phone number on the screen. If you call now, I'll include a second piece of metal wood for the exact same price. Call now, please, quickly. We need the money. Call now. Call the number on screen divided by 4. Call 0800 pi. That's 0800 pi. Does the train have a name? I don't know. Let's get smaller. I don't know why they look so strange. If you drew Thomas on the train, probably wouldn't know how. Do you see how badly I drew a hippo? Imagine me trying to draw Thomas. This is by far the fastest Jethro has ever moved. This is horrifying. That bit better? This terrifying bit is that goose is giant if you take the Jethro for scale. Solved. It could be. I don't know how big geese are in this world. I've butchered your train dads, Jimmy. I hope you don't mind. Brad's just trying to dry his hair. And try not to feel sick. Remember Cogsworth? I guess Cogsworth is in this half of the train, yeah. Otherwise the villains would just get Cogsworth to drive the train. They wouldn't need Stoker. Mo's still doing some sort of soul searching. Brad has been half tempted at this point to say, can we just go back quickly so I can just go home? I have bread to make. Mind the wheels. Keep your hands away from the wheels. Gill's here too. They have no intention of sticking their head out of the train, but occasionally parts of them stick out of a window anyway. Cogsworth's also here. Seem to remember he was wearing a bowler hat. There they are. Quite small. Yeah, well, we're racing along. We're leaving the forest behind. And we're now just into pastures new, whatever that may be. There's a river. And here's, I don't know, biomes. Here's a beach. So we have options open. It's fine. Yeah, biomes to explore. There's also some mountain ranges in the distance. There are many places to go. On tracks and stuff. Can you tell I don't want to start a new location yet? And I'm like, what else can I draw? I guess we could find out whether the location's friendly or not. It's probably going to be friendly. Again, tends to alternate. But then again, last time I said that, we went back to somewhere we've been before. So Who the frick decided to put a train track on a thin strip of land between a river and a beach? Look, this train is very, you know, it has self-belief. And as a consequence, who needs steady support? Also, we are looking at it from this perspective. We might be quite high off the ground. We might still be on a bridge or like a viaduct. You know, this is a big old drop down there. You know, from the side, this is like, oh, here's the river, and then here's the big old viaduct with the train going across it. See what I mean? You don't get a good look at how high this is. I like a good viaduct. That, I think, was like one of the original ideas in Dark Souls 2, was that it was all going to sort of take place around a viaduct. And you can still see bits of it in the game, but then they scrapped it because it was too cool. So they had to make something more boring. Next time, maybe Magma City, maybe the wastes, which are still largely undocumented, bar the locations of the tracks. Tales of nomads and monsters. Oh, hang on. Maybe the wastes, which are still largely undocumented by the locations of the tracks. Tales of nomads and monsters. Right, I understand the sentence. We can move on. Maybe Mushroom City. Maybe Mushroom City indeed. Maybe it'd be nice to have Mushroom City a little later because it's less foresty. Like, just slightly different, you know, change in atmosphere. If we have forest followed by Mushroom City, it's a bit, you know, samey. But I'm looking forward to going to Mushroom City. Also, I think we need to learn a bit more about Gill before we have a reason to go there. Like, maybe Gill likes traveling because they don't like being in Mushroom City for some reason. And we start uncovering that as we get closer to it. Gotta learn a bit about Gill, you know? Yeah, okay, so we've had... The villains are on their way back to... whatever the name of the... what was it? Corporationsville or whatever it was? We're not calling it that. We'll come up with a better name. Because otherwise our characters are like, I wonder where these goons went. Could it possibly have been a place called Corporationsville? Never. That's absurd. We must check everywhere else first. Also, just as an addendum to what I was saying, it's too obvious, yeah. I always like the idea of like an episode of Poirot or Sherlock Holmes where the answer is just actually really, really simple, and they're like, oh, this is too simple. There must be something more complicated going on, and it really is that simple. It's just an hour and a half of them just getting it completely wrong. Have you know the Corporationsville is a farm town, except for the big Zebos HQ, which just randomly appeared there one day. Take a note from Darth Vader, who apparently never went to search for Obi-Wan on Tatooine. That's a good point. But then again, you know, are we expecting consistent plot from Star Wars? The name is totally unrelated. It was named that long before Zebus HQ settled there. Yeah, no, they took the name of the place to name the concept of a corporation. A corporation is something that comes from Corporationsville, and it was just generally applied from that point on. It's known for its amazing apple pies. Lovely. Also known as corpirations. No, you're just saying how dumb Anakin Skywalker is and you stand. I mean, that's actually, to be fair, that is consistent. To be fair to the series, that is consistent. Are we expecting anything from Disney anymore? I don't think that's Disney. That's just been a thing since before Disney took Star Wars. It's named after the corporate family. Oh, hello. Hostility. Dumb idiot. Sure. Sure, Automod. You love your dumb idiot, boy. Oh. Wastes is sporadic biomes and a whole lot of magical fallout from some kind of calamity or war, no one's quite sure. Lots of cool ancient ruins to explore, which are close to many rail stations which scholars and adventurers flock to. Probably less stations and more just halts. But, stop protecting him, Automod. Automod is in league with the Sith. We've learned this today. Yeah, see, I don't know enough about Star Wars to make an Automod pun. Oops, help. Automod's a little bitch. That's not a pun, but I'll go with it. So, okay, yeah, so there's lots of places we could go. We could go Fungal Place, we could go Wastes, we could go Magma City. Again, it's probably going to be... Let's have a look and see whether it's going to be nice or not. Or somewhere we've been before. That'll be annoying. No, seems like it's a friendly place. We're going to a friendly place. Doesn't mean there can't be conflict there. It just means that it's not full of monsters. Okay. And it's also going to be short. It's going to be very, very short. Unless one of these is a boss rush, and the other one is plot. In which case, we could be there for ages. So this is New Town. Cap. Save. Change. Yeah, look at that. Autobots. We have a place here called Slaughterville. It's named after a family. Lovely. Left out the GH, evidently. It's bad for PR. GH is bad for PR. Because if you put them together, you get goof. Fungal City and all the swamps in between. Autobots, that's Star Wars? I don't know. Either way, we're going somewhere not immediately terrible, and for not very long, it seems. I just want to put into perspective, this is how far in the story we are. I guess, are we going for like a general 3-act sort of thing? I don't know if we've already done Act 1. We've set up the conflict, we've now started the journey, I guess. Is this the end of Act 1 and we're moving into Act 2? Oh yeah, you're not good at puns. That's fine. I can't even remember what it was for. Oh, auto mod. Yes, auto mod. Oh, there is something. There's not a planet that has the word mod. Or am I thinking of Mondas? Don't even know what Mondas is. What is Mondas? Ah, music. Oh wait, no, that's Doctor Who. Mondasian Cyberman, yeah. Yeah. Grandfather's favourite author was named Slaughter. Just Slaughter. No first name. Could we find the place the medicine ended up before it was shipped to a different place? What? Mon Mothma? I was not thinking of Mon Mothma. I don't think I've ever seen those two words put together, but... Is that the thing that you put on the phone to disguise your voice that's full of moths? Is that a Mon Mothma? Star Wars is full of weird words. Automoth. We get a lot more random blocking of words if it was Automoth. Just, you know, the buttons glow, and they're just constantly banging their heads into it. If it was Droidicas, oh, I remember Droidicas. Yeah, they're the spinny ones. We're talking about those in Invisible Ink. Wait, what is the story so far? What are we doing? What's the goal here? The story is that medicine has been not exactly stolen, but no, I guess kind of stolen. We need to help the people back in, what's it called? In the process, a child has been kidnapped with the medicine that is needed, and we need to find out where to go to get that. Basically, a kid's been kidnapped. For once, the word kidnapped is used appropriately. They have napped a kid. Rossenberg, that's the name of the place. Great. Where are we going to do that? We don't know, because it was on a train. Read that as droid e-cars. I guess, yeah, no, like a car with AI in it. It's a droid e-car. I guess so. Anyway, I should stop talking now. So yeah, we're going somewhere nice. Well, not nice. We're going somewhere not immediately, this isn't immediately trying to kill us. Do they know where it's headed? How are we going to find out? Because we're going to stop at places and say, hey, did a train come through here? If so, we know it's headed that way. And we've just got to work out which direction it went. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find it first try. I don't know. We're writing this story. There's one train in this world that can't be that hard. Exactly. There's now two. Trains, turns out, like worms. Maybe we happen upon it, forgetting all about it in the middle of the adventure. Probably that sounds about right. The character going, hey, we found that train we were looking for. The what? Sorry, I'm trying to kill God. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks everyone for coming along. This was a little bit of a lackadaisical one. Low energy. We drew a snake. That's nice. We introduced Oobs' character. And also possibly, well, the silhouette of, also haven't properly introduced Oobs' character. There will be more to come for that. What supernatural episode is that? The more I learn about Supernatural, the more confused I am. So, first we're going to help Gill deliver their mail. Yeah, we're going to stop in places according to Gill's idea of, hey, we should stop here. Unrelated to the fact that I have a bag full of letters that need to be delivered here. So, yeah. Yeah, Gill knows about the world. Gill's our sort of world map, as it were. So Mo presumably does. I imagine Gill's travelled further, because Gill needs to travel quite far, and their job is really quick. Mo could stay in one location for a long time, helping people. So maybe they get to know certain places really well, but don't really travel that far. I don't know. Or maybe they travel far, but not wide. It depends. I don't really know. It's fun. Gill sends us on a wild goose chase. We've already got a goose. We don't need to chase it. Or is that what it is? The goose is chasing whatever we're looking for. We need a map. We have a map? You know me and maps. Mo is worldly but not well travelled. Yeah. But she's travelled. She hasn't been everywhere. She hasn't been as far and wide as Gill. Or maybe she went the other way. We came one side out of a forest. Forests, I imagine, have quite a few sides. So I guess one of the sides is a sea. I've just specified. I need to stop talking because my throat doesn't like me because it's hay fever season. So, thank you everyone for coming along. Thanks for your ideas and inputs and chats and characters and jokes. I approve of them all. And because this is all horribly disconnected in your head, there has yet to be made any connection. So good. I'm glad it's disconnected in your head because it's not connected anywhere else. Yeah. Tomorrow we will be game. I have a very silly idea as a one-off tomorrow. I might do that. And then I have an idea for May, because the next game stream I think will be in May. Yeah, I have a bunch of games that are all the same sort of, not the same sort of thing, but the same. I wrote them all down on my list of games to play this year, and they had a similar tag. So it'll be, yeah, let's do some weird stuff. We'll make a world map eventually. That's a promise that I am not going to take part in. Dark will make a world map eventually. So far, all we've seen is a forest. And out of that forest comes a railway. From that point on, we can do what we want. Dark and Chibi will make a world map eventually. There we go. I'm absolved of tasks. Yes, I need to stop. I've been saying that for 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. And yeah, thanks for this. And let's look forward to happy go fun times next week with weird places to go. I'm not good with endings. Bye.